Radio was great, now it's out of date. TV is the thing this year. Last night I was watching.
My name is Iris Rose, and I am a TV addict. As a child, I watched cartoons every day after school, and for many hours on Saturday morning, while I ate a bowl of sugar cereal on which I had sprinkled an additional tablespoon of sugar. I watched a sci-fi movie every Friday, 2 horror movies every Saturday, and on weekdays in the late afternoons, Channel 9 showed the $1 Million Movie that showed the same movie every day for a week. That was the closest thing we had to watching a video over and over again. And I would watch that movie every day if it was sci-fi, horror, a musical, animated, had puppets, Jerry Lewis, Gidget, or children in major roles. On sick days, I went to my grandma's house, and together we watched game shows and soap operas. And that is just what I watched in addition to prime time. I have only vague, shadowy memories of my family growing up, but I do know exactly what show I had to turn off when my parents sat us down to tell us that Dad was moving out to his own apartment. It was The Horsemasters with Annette Funicello and Tommy Kirk on Disney's Wonderful World of Color.
Milk the cow, feed the chicken, and that's what you do on a farm. Right! There's more though. Every day I have to work so hard. What do you do on a farm? Here's what you do on a farm. Whole potatoes, whole potatoes, whole potatoes.
On Thursday, Lyle Whittemeyer's new personal computer finally arrived, but those Japanese instructions were awfully complicated. After several hours, he packed the floppy disk and the terminal back in a box and just had himself a Mr. Goodbar. There's nothing complicated about that creamy Hershey's milk chocolate and those crunchy peanuts.
Come on, what's wrong?
Some problems.
Ellie, we're best friends. If we can't confide in each other, then who? That's what best friends are for.
Pick up your copy of TV Guide today. It's the best thing on television.
Antenna?
That's exactly right. Yeah,
And by the way, one size fits all.
very nice. Very nice. There's your key.
Oh, yeah.
We got 2 new contestants, Charlie. She's a receptionist. He's a hotel auditor. Carpenters often build it in.
Carpenters often build it in.
Ready?
Ready.
Go.
L. Y. U. Q.
Quality.
Quality.
That's correct. 6.3 seconds left.
I couldn't have a phone in the house. I couldn't have a combination to the mailbox. He didn't want anyone to know where we lived. In the middle of the night, I would wake up and he'd have a gun pointed at me.
Supposedly it was a serious thing. I thought that she really loved me and stuff. There was a lot of talk about marriage. And finally one day she said, I don't really know what I want out of life. I just want to be single and date around. So I said, oh.
I'm Neil Patrick.
Marie's mother, Deluxe Hillcock, is obsessed with the late Elvis Presley, so much so that she deserted her husband to marry Joe Bob Hillcock, an Elvis impersonator. And now the two of them have little Marie convinced that she's a channeler for Elvis's spirit, and they cart her around to Elvis conventions trying to exploit her so-called talent.
Boy, Eddie, it must be something being your own boss. I've always been my own boss, Squirt. You're beautiful, you have a successful career, you have a great husband. I guess I want more out of life.
It's not like it's the worst job in the world. We had some fun.
No, it's not the worst. I just couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't go there.
Well, you know, the money's not great. Was it the money?
I don't need much money. I just couldn't do it anymore. I just couldn't go.
So, are you in the house all day?
I go to the store for food and stuff.
Why don't you open the drapes?
It's hard to see the TV if the drapes are open.
You know, if you don't do anything, it makes you more tired. Listen, there's a high turnover there. I'm sure they'd be glad to have you back.
I really appreciate that you think I could go back.
Do you want my phone number?
That's okay.
If you look at a magazine and there's a very intelligent friend that comes over the house to talk to you, U.S. News is that intelligent friend.
It's a working relationship. It's just not working.
This is what my career has come to, folks.
From Hollywood, The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson. This is Ed McCandless with Doc Emerson and the NBC Orchestra inviting you to join Johnny and his guests, Burt Reynolds, Teresa Gansell, Olympic skier Eddie Edwards, and the mighty Carson Art Play. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
Night of crystals, moving of moonlight. Out of the blue, a man with a horn appears.
Good morning. It's time for a healthy breakfast.
It's 7:30 past the hour.
And I'm Miss Willard. Good morning. Thank you, Bob. And where are you, Willard? At home in Washington?
I'm almost at home when I miss you, but you look so good on that television set, I'm going to go over. Hey, let me go over and give it a kiss. Wait a minute here. My baby. See, that's terrific. We don't get any problems that way. And your husband doesn't shoot me.
Hamster brain, hamster brain. Mom, she said I have a hamster brain. Did not. Mom, tell her you love me more.
Jack hit his head when he went over and he lost his grip on Christine.
That's why he hates Jack.
And apparently her life jacket hadn't been tied because it was bobbing there on the surface, and we called out to her and we dove down again and again and again. But we never found her.
Oh. It's like luscious, limitless flame.
Sir, contact with an object. Moving toward us.
No visual contact yet.
Deflector is full intensity.
It's cutting at light speed.
Collision course.
Evasive maneuvers, Mr. Sulu.
Dual collision course. Deflectors aren't stopping. Sound alarm.
It's slowing down, Mr. Sloth.
Sound that alarm. All engines full stop.
To the thousands of people in American business who understand that if you don't make dust, you eat dust.
I teach people how money works. Financial planning.
Listen, Galvatron, you cripple. I did what you asked, and now I want my money, because my kids need it.
God, what does the girl do?
She has to eat. She's my sister.
Oh, come on, she's just lazy.
You do the exact same thing that's happened to somebody in your family.
I don't know. Besides, no one in my family is like this, thank God. Now, oh my God. Now what is this? How long has this been here?
Don't worry about it. Let me handle it. I need to talk to her.
I'm willing to wait here a little while if you're willing to have a discussion with her.
She don't want to talk about it right now. She'll get over it.
Yeah, you said that 6 months ago.
No, I said that 6 months ago. It doesn't matter. She'll get over it.
Do you know how many times we've had this conversation?
Shut up. You're driving me fucking crazy. She's family.
Where'd you find that? I haven't bought any of those in a long time. Oh, thanks for the groceries, but you don't have to do that. I can go to the store myself. How often do you go to the store, Wendy? Every couple days, I go to the store at the corner. But they don't really have fruits and vegetables there, do they? No, it's a convenience store.
All right, we're going to head out, so give us a call if you need anything. If not, we'll see you next week, all right?
Sunrise at 6:34. Sunset checking in at 5:44.
We are the sunshine of your life.
Oh boy, what a day. I'm getting crunchy from punching all these buttons. Now what? Come on, back to work, don't goofing off. That's better.
Now we're saying, before you put a chemical in my food, or in my lungs, or in my liver, you tell me whether there's a significant risk.
Danger?
Yes, very good.
I thought the word was dancer.
Okay, we had a dangerous dancer there for a minute. Now we have biggest danger.
The biggest danger would be the atomic bomb, I suppose.
All right, is it the atomic bomb? Somehow it's not. Next word, please.
Why do so many companies regularly recruit Apex Welding Program graduates?
These are the skills that employers are really looking for. These are what get you a good job, a career that counts for something.
She was 5/10 slow, and that's a lot of this race as she comes around now, that final turn.
That's an awful lot. And if you ask me, she's starting to look tired again. She's coming up, she's stumbling a little bit. Doesn't have that strong push that she's known for.
But it's good enough. I guess it's good enough. 1:17.70, and that is the new world record.
2 weeks? Hey, you can't wait 2 weeks to tell the world about this invention.
He's gonna sell fancy hot dogs off a cart for $7.50. Would you buy it? No, of course not.
And now what, Pete? Do we continue? Just keep going. We have no jokes. What is that trophy there, Pete? Did you win something?
Bowling.
Do you bowl?
Yeah, sure.
What kind of average do you have?
Oh, like about 75.
What's your handicap?
I really don't know.
That's your personality. Let's get out of here. Come on.
Well, the longer I stay in this cozy little nest, the harder it's going to be for me to get out there. So I got to be alone.
And here you go. Listen, you will let us know when you get home, won't you?
There he is. He's a human frog. What? What's he called me?
A human frog. You said the bar was this thing.
Sam, what's going on?
Gladys, will you please not get hysterical? Darren, what is this?
Mary, obviously there's some mistake.
Well, I should hope so.
You believe people make their own destiny, don't you?
To a degree, yes.
Hey, if you don't like what you see, change it.
Every 10 seconds, another...
Model.
It's spent from...
Man, as low as 10.
Oh no, let me see. Accountants, carpenters, dog catchers. Oh, here we are. Mad doctors.
And after that, he started driving a cab. That's all he ever managed to do.
Probably an office boy.
Office boy. That's a fine thing to call. Oh, no, you don't.
So he shot you, you didn't even know you'd been shot.
No, but I asked him where. I kept asking him and asking him, and he remembers going to get the gun that was underneath the pillow in our bedroom.
Yes, hi, hello. This is Wendy Parker.
And I never
Do you
even
remember
phoned
me?
because I was too interested in Dallas.
Yes,
TV.
I'll hold.
And JR, I think, was going to get shot somewhere around in here.
Just give me honest work at honest pay. My boss calls different hours.
So your boss called, ruined a romantic moment?
Yeah, in the morning.
Wonderful. Tom?
2 years ago, Sally Blake went back to work.
You wonder how he got his job?
Enough left to pay a chauffeur's wages for a year.
You know, they have a high turnover there. They're not too picky.
That's good. It's a start. What did they start you off with?
Same old stuff.
It's fine.
It's okay.
Did you get a haircut or something?
Just combed it.
Oh, well, you know, it's good. You know, you do something that's worth money, then you can take that money and do what you want with it.
What I want is not to work.
Well, that's what retirement is.
I miss staying home here.
You still got the weekends. Problem is, you just need to find a job you like.
Can't even begin to imagine what that would be.
Maybe there's a job where you sit around watching TV all day.
Really?
Yeah. I can't remember what it's called, but there definitely is. Come on, you must have gotten bored sometime.
Sometimes, but it didn't matter. Still better than working.
Alright, let's get down to it. The money's going to run out sometime, and I sure as hell couldn't support you. You should be happy that you're working and you have a job and you're making money and supporting yourself. You think I love my job?
Why do you do it?
Because I have a wife and a child and I want things.
Why don't you find a job that you love?
Maybe someday I will.
Television addict! Television addict! Television addict!
About the time my dad left home, so did our TV, though no one in my family remembers why or where it went. I know my dad didn't take it to his new house. So in the year or so that we didn't have a TV, one of the most legendary events in all of TV history occurred. The Beatles were on the Ed Sullivan Show for the first time. So the next day at school, all anybody could talk about was the Beatles on Ed Sullivan. And people would imitate exactly how Ringo shook Ed's hand, or how Paul shook his hair and smiled and all the girls screamed. Well, when my mother got remarried and we got a new TV, my devotion to the tube redoubled. I sat down each fall with the TV guide and I plotted out my viewing schedule for the new season. And when I was in high school, I didn't have a summer job. My summer job was to watch as much TV as possible. I would take the TV supplement that came with the Sunday paper, and in blue I would circle every movie that seemed like it was worth watching, and in red I would circle every movie made before the year 1940. And then I tried to watch them all, even if it meant setting an alarm clock to wake me up in the middle of the night. Now, by my college years, the inevitable disillusionment that accompanies any addiction set in, and I found that this thing that had given me so much entertainment, so much information, so many imaginary friends, so many tantalizing glimpses into other people's lives, this benefactor had become my captor. Real people were so much more complex and unpredictable than the people on TV, and I found that I just really didn't understand them. My closest friends tended to be people who, like me, were capable of watching vast amounts of television. I had one friend, for instance, who could tell you word for word the second half of any listing for I Love Lucy in the TV guide if you read him the first half. Now, in my adult life, my relationship to television has had its ups and downs. There have been long periods where I had no TV at all. Other periods where I watched way too much. Nowadays, I seldom sit and watch TV with undivided attention, but I very often have it on while I'm doing other things. Of course, the nature of watching television has changed quite a bit, especially in the last decade with the advent of the DVD, the internet, and the TiVo. A while back, I turned off my cable to try to reduce my consumption, although I know I'm just going to turn it back on when True Blood comes back. But all I did was compensate by getting more Netflix sent to my house and figuring out how to watch episodes of shows online. That's all TV as far as I'm concerned. And I love it. And I hate it. And I love it.
Hey, I wonder what's on TV today.
Okay, kids, just send us $4,800 and we'll send it to you. An awesome plane for little cute kids. It'll be really fun for them, 'cause it flies around and 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 around.
We're back on Find It Joe.
Find it, Joe! Today on Find It Joe, I'm trying to find my shovel. I've looked everywhere except my sandbox. I need my shovel so I can dig my mommy some plants. Where's my sandbox?
It's over there.
Where?
Over there, Joe.
Oh, there it is. Thank you, guys. Now I'm gonna go dig some plants for my mommy.
Oh no! Oh, this is baby stuff! Where's the remote? Where's the remote?
Oh no, now I'm lost. Where's my garden?
It's over there.
Where?
Over there,
gotta be around here somewhere.
Nice. Nice job, Joe. You found
Oh,
it.
here it is. I think Momo Kid's on.
You want to go get some tacos after this?
Well, I really don't eat, but I'll watch you eat tacos.
Oh, do you like liquid food?
I like lithium batteries. I like silicone chips.
Yeah, I kind of like that stuff too. Haven't really had it, but sounds interesting. Well, I can't ask you where you were born, but where were you made?
Somewhere near 52.
Oh yeah, haven't been there.
Top secret.
Oh yeah, of course it will be. Do you have a birthday?
What is a birthday?
You mean you don't get a cake with candles on it? Man, you're missing out. Cake is good stuff.
Look, I see the plane. It's on its way.
Oh, we gotta get in those spots. It's coming out. Documentation, you stupid freakish weirdo.
Who's there? It can't be. Let's go! Okay, I bet you're wondering why you're all here. Well, I want to use your crystal to take over the world. And all in favor of that, say, Elimpa Brasas. It's gonna be very hard. It's gonna be top secret like it's never been top secret before. It's gonna be my super evil, top secret, evil version of the top secret evil plan. My plan is that I'm going to shrink the world's monuments and hold them ransom to the earth. You got it? ¿Cómo está? Sí, señor? No?
Are you telling me we lost him? Oh, darn it! Fight us like a man, not like the little wuss you are with your mutated body.
Whoa, cool down, big pal.
I hate it when the bad guys get away. I'm a freaking rhinoceros. I should be able to catch anybody.
We need to go to the CIA headquarters, check the computer to try to find Dr. Mutation's lair.
But don't you have a bunch of computer stuff built right into you?
All right, I forgot. It's in an underground layer in the sewer.
And do you know where the entrance is?
Nope.
Oh, it's right here somewhere. If you had an underground layer in the sewer, where would the entrance be?
Sewer pipe?
Hey, that's a great idea. There's a sewer pipe right there.
hate
ever
commercials.
wanted something, but you're not sure if you want it, but you may want it? Hello, all you people. This is Random in a Box. Random in a Box is a box that you buy and then you open it and it's stuff inside. It's the most randomest thing in a box. Isn't that great? It's just so random. This box is only sold in stores and stores only. So that means no ordering this. You're gonna like it. You know why? Because I got one and the stuff that I got in it was really good. Each box sold separately. Sounds like a good one.
Have you ever gotten tired of that boring old glue? When you stick it on, it just doesn't stick? It's the most amazing glue! Crazy glue! I'm crazy for crazy glue! It sticks there, it sticks there! It's the best! Crazy glue! It's really sticky. Scientists have tested it. It is really sticky. I swear! I've broken my TV! Oh my god! I'm gluing the glass together! Look, it works! Oh my god, I can brush my shoes now! Put the crazy glue on and it's fixed forever! Just call us, buy it! No shipping and handling, and if you don't get your crazy glue within 20 days, we send your money back! I swear! Okay.
Thank God it's back on.
We know lots of stuff about this crystal and stuff, like how it can shrink things and make things bigger. But what I'm more interested in now is the ritual. And could you give me a little more information on that?
Shout it out for me.
Oh, I see now. Let me try. You are very ungrateful! I just took you all around the world, all the way from Mexico. All the way here, I took your big, humongous pyramid back there, and all your citizens and Mayans. And this is how you repay me? Fla sha sha ba na sha sha ni ba. Hey, we shouldn't be doing this. We should be doing lots of teamwork. Like, oh, I've actually got an idea now. I've already got a plan. How about we use that crystal to shrink the FBI? That would cause them to stop getting in our way. Blah 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 blah. If you blah 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 one more time, I don't know what I'm gonna blah. We need a plan. Let's put our heads together. Uh-oh. I didn't mean like that. You're a robot, right? You can do anything, right?
I can do many things, but I cannot do everything. Dr. Mutation is very clever. I'm not sure that we're going to be able to defeat him this time.
Well, I can bust us out of these ropes with my big muscles.
Then I can fly out of here with my rocket boosters.
Well, what about me? I'll just be here alone.
Then I can carry you out.
Then we can kick those guards' butts. Look at them. They're not even paying attention. I'm liking this plan already. Oh, 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 oh. Whee! Whee! Ah, yeah, whee! Whee! Woo! Flying is kind of fun!
Come on, let's go.
Right behind you, kid.
你把洗衣机拿，靠近点。
That was brilliant!
not commercials again.
Number 2, and you wipe yourself with poison ivy, and it gets in some bad places. Well, the solution is bathroom in the can, bathroom in the can. It's a really small can, and when you open it, boom! Everything in the bathroom that you need is right there, including a toothbrush. Yay! And there's a toilet in the middle. And when you flush the toilet, it all goes back into the can. Bathroom in a can is only sold in Dick's Sporting Goods. Better get there quick, they're selling out fast. And you'll never have to go in.
Let me see what else is on.
Do not set out toilet when reinserting bathroom into can.
Sweet wrestling.
Batista!
Oh yeah, Batista.
Yes.
Very muscly. I think he has great potential. I think he can
definitely
do
this season.
Just like last season. Kane. He's very, very, very powerful.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Look at those pecs. Yeah.
A very
I love
strong
that guy.
person. Yes.
He deserves that belt.
Yes, he definitely does. Yes, I hope he gets a new one this year because he's got great potential.
This is for the world heavyweight champion, Batista, which I will probably win. You will not beat me.
Sure.
Is that so?
Look at that.
There we go.
That's
Oh, I almost forgot about RoboKid.
He's gonna go
obscene. Well, Dr. Mutation, it looks like your plans have been foiled.
Did you write your weirdo?
Dr. Mutation, your plans have been thwarted.
Yeah, what he said.
Dr. Mutation, I hope you learned a lesson to stop your evil ways. I can't believe that a hunk of junk like you was able to defeat me. I'm the smartest man in the world. 1, the CIA built me. 2, I'm a robot. I know everything, and I'm like the master computer. Well, I'm the master criminal. Well, Dr. Mutation, this time you lost. Well, I won't lose next time. If there is a next time.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah, what I said. You haven't seen the last of me, RoboKid.
Hey, you should respect RoboKid. He's the best crime fighter who ever lived. I mean, he doesn't live. I mean, he's not even alive. You get what I mean.
Thanks, RoboKid. I think I'll take it from here.
Great job, RoboKid. I had my doubts about you because you were a kid. But now I realize you're the greatest crime fighter partner a guy could have.
Same to you, Rico.
Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second!
What is this crap you're watching? Turn that thing off!
The 4 greatest moments in the history of television, which are actually the 4 moments that I've treasured most from my own personal history of television. Number 1, American Bandstand. Back in the year 1980, I was in a band, and I lived in kind of the punk rock party house of Long Beach, California. And on Saturday afternoons, everybody who was left over from the party the night before gathered around in the living room to watch American Bandstand and see who was going to be on. Because Dick Clark had recently begun try to prove that he was hip to the new wave by booking bands like Devo or Madness. And on one Saturday in May in 1980, Dick Clark announced that his guests that day were going to be Public Image Limited, featuring John Lydon, a.k.a. ex-Sex Pistol Johnny Rotten. Now, we weren't sure what Johnny was going to do, but we were pretty sure it wasn't going to be business as usual. So Johnny, he lip-synced at first, like the other guests usually did, but he got tired of that really fast. And he just kind of wandered around the audience area with his microphone hanging limply from his hand as the backing track played on without him. And he pulled and pushed people up onto the stage. And he wandered around into unlit areas while the camera crew tried to keep up with him. And before he was done, he just gave his microphone away to somebody because he wasn't using it anyway. Oh, we could not have been more delighted. Of Mighty Mouse. When Pee-wee's Playhouse became a hit, it ushered in an unusually adventurous period for Saturday morning programming. Enter the New Adventures of Mighty Mouse. Oh, do not be fooled by that bland title. This is probably the weirdest cartoon that ever appeared on network television. It was the creation of Ralph Bakshi, who had done Fritz the Cat back in the 70s, and it employed animators and writers who later went on to do Ren and Stimpy, Powerpuff Girls, The Simpsons, and many, many more. I happened to be watching the NewsHour on PBS when they were doing a story about this unusual period in children's programming. And I got to see Ralph Bakshi meeting with the executive who was going to tell him if his show was going to be renewed. So the very nice lady from the network told him, yes, indeed, his show would be returning. But they thought that the show could use a little more heart and that they should have more scenes for Mighty Mouse's little pal Scrappy. Well, Ralph Bakshi's reaction was, he was amused and shocked by this news. Clearly he had not expected his show to return. And so as a result, the second season of Mighty Mouse was even crazier than the first. It had scenes like a mutated Scrappy returning from Camp 3 Mile Island, or live action footage of some animators crumpling up a romantic ending of an episode and screaming, I just can't do it! But their masterpiece was an episode called Don't Touch That Dial, that was an exhaustive and merciless survey of the history of children's cartoons. And it ended with Mighty Mouse bursting out of the TV, telling a kid to go outside and play, and then in a great moment of honesty and biting the hand that feeds you, he turns to the camera and says, and now for what television is really all about. Cut to a commercial.
Ah, this show just plain stinks.
Oh no, not this time. Hold it, wait, stop the music! So, you're the one who's been changing the channels on me, you naughty little boy. Why are you doing this?
Because I'm bored.
Well, of course you're bored. Look what you're watching. Hour upon hour of electronic pablum. Imitation is the sincerest form of television.
But what else is there to do?
Why, a million things, my boy. Go outside and play. Breathe fresh air. Ride a bike. Read a book. pester your parents. Too much of any one thing is bad for you, even good TV.
Yes, you're right. I'll go out and play right now.
Good. But remember, if you must watch a television show, be sure to watch the all-new adventures of Mighty Mouse. And all the reruns, too.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But enough of this lying and hypocrisy. Time for what television's really about.
And now, these messages.
Wow.
Number 3, Survivor. Now, Survivor always fostered the illusion that the castaways were all alone on the desert island, and they carefully hid the existence of all the many crew members who would be necessary to make that show. Except in the second season, when one of the castaways fell into the fire and burned the skin off of both of his hands. The producers were caught by surprise and they had to improvise, so they took the man to the camp where the camera crew lived. Now, people were injured in subsequent seasons of Survivor, but they had all the protocols ironed out by then, and we never again got that little glimpse of the man behind the curtain. But for that one moment, a reality show actually showed reality.
I keep them in the water till they get. Keep them in. That was good.
Number 4, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Now, there are many, many great episodes of Buffy, and opinions differ on which is the greatest. But I say it's the body. And I am not alone in this opinion. Entertainment Weekly recently named The Body one of the 100 most important pop culture events of the previous decade. Now, if you plan at some time to watch the 5th season of Buffy and you don't want to know whose body I'm talking about here, now would be the time to put your fingers in your ears, close your eyes, and hum quietly to yourself. Buffy comes home, and she finds her mother lying dead on the couch. Not from a vampire bite or a demon spell, but much more disturbingly from natural causes. And then in approximately real time, she calls 911, the paramedics come, they try to revive her mother, declare it hopeless, and they ask Buffy not to disturb the body till the coroner can come. So after the paramedics leave, the mundane, everyday horror of the situation overcomes Buffy and she vomits on the carpet. And now here is the special moment of this special episode of this special show. Buffy goes in the kitchen and gets paper towels to clean up the vomit. Now, let me make this really clear. A woman who can kick the crap out of vampires twice her size cleans up her own vomit. Now, how often on television, outside of a commercial, do you ever see anybody clean anything?
Buffy.
In conclusion, somewhere in my childhood, I traded in reality for the illusory world in a box. And yet, as I grew older, the moments that I cherished most were the times that little fragments of reality were able to penetrate that comforting illusion.
We've got nothing better to do than watch TV and have a couple of brews.
Oh, if you don't know what a kiss is, I must be totally doing this thing wrong.
No, that.
Oh, Camila.
Zach, the disc you and Kylie found?
The disc.
Yeah, get down here right away.
The disc, let's go.
See anything strange?
Besides a frog in a top hat?
I was talking about this. Looks like scrambled egg. What is that? I think it's part of the puzzle. Technically, this activates a scrambler program, similar to the ones used on television cable boxes to receive premium channels.
This is all we're gonna do.
And whatever he's got planned, it's going down a Bobbin's way.
Watch TV?
And I want to be there.
What did you want to do?
I don't know, but not sit around and watch you guys watch some terrible Hollywood piece of crap.
One day, think
okay, let's do something else.
You'll find courage
What?
where you least expect it. Yeah, I was kind of hoping to get to smack.
Do you even like this movie?
Sit up, Zach.
No, not really. I mean, it's kind of entertaining. I don't really care.
What about you, Madison? Are you entertained?
I'm just waiting for Matt to get here.
I mean, are you sure he's coming? This is Matt we're talking about.
Yeah, he just texted me.
Hey, you forgot this. I didn't forget it. I want you to hold on. You'll understand.
Oh, Jason and Jennifer, they're gonna come too, right?
Yeah, maybe. Well, Christy Woodmere said she might come by.
Christy Woodmere is not coming here.
Said she might.
You wish. That's never gonna happen. Sorry to break it to you, Brian.
I'll let you all know when there is just 60 seconds left. And I guarantee
I don't understand how you guys can watch this bullshit. It's literally sucking the brain right out of my head. Ugh, yikes.
Okay, why don't we go watch some old shows online or something?
Like what?
I don't know, like The Simpsons or some old cartoons or something.
The Simpsons is a cartoon.
I meant like Ren and Stimpy or the Animaniacs.
Or how about Dragon Ball Z?
Oh, nah.
I don't know. We'd have to go into my room because that's where the computer is and there's only one chair. And you can't really see the computer from the bed so good and it's kind of a mess up there. And I'm not sure how good it smells.
Okay, forget it. Matt will have his laptop. He always has his laptop. And he always knows something new to watch online. Like, did you saw your Tourette's guy?
Bob Saget.
Yeah, or Mickey Poop. Did you see that one, Catherine?
Yep.
Or those newscaster ones.
Or somebody getting hit on the head with something, or somebody falling off of something, or somebody doing something awful to a baby and then laughing about it.
Or what about the one with the Russian experiment, you know, where they bring that dead dog's head back to life?
What the hell are you talking about? Who brought a dead dog's head back to life?
I swear I saw it.
Why would I want to watch that?
Why wouldn't you want to watch that? It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Damn that Jason and Jennifer.
You text her.
You text her.
Well, what am I, the designated texter?
They always do that. They say they're gonna come and then they never show up because they're too busy hooking up somewhere.
Matt's here. I'll go let him in.
I didn't hear the door.
Yeah, he just texted me.
You can't just knock on the door like normal people.
wonder which circle of hell this is.
Hey Brian, what's up? Piece of crap you guys watching now?
True.
Hey, we were hoping you brought your laptop, you know, so we could watch things online.
Of course I did. We're relying on your parents' lame-ass Netflix account for night's entertainment.
The worst tasting movies, you too lazy to drag your ass out to Blockbuster and make a freaking choice of your own.
Well, you want anything or something to drink?
Something to smoke?
No, I'm out. Sorry.
He didn't offer us anything to drink.
Would you guys like something to drink?
What do you got?
I don't know. Hold on. Look.
Well, I don't know if I want it then, do I? So, what have you guys been up to?
Nothing.
I swear, John Voight would be anything. Turn that shit off.
What is that?
You like my desktop background?
No. Madison, you're not a stupid girly girl. Why do you act like one when he's around?
We have Diet Sprite, Diet Pepsi, and Diet Iced Tea.
Why would iced tea be diet? Oh, you mean like Snapple?
Yeah, it's not Snapple, it's Diet
Okay,
Iced.
don't worry about it. How about diet water?
Yeah, we have that.
How about a beer?
Matt, you know I can't take any of my parents' beer.
I know you can take your parents' beer. I know you have taken your parents' beer. I know you will take your parents' beer, and you'll bring your parents' beer to me.
And a diet Sprite.
Hey guys, why don't we go somewhere? Like outdoors. Why are we always trapped inside watching something? Ugh, I feel so claustrophobic sometimes.
Where are we gonna go, Catherine? Everywhere we go, we get kicked out of. That's why we're always here.
Yeah, but I don't understand how people can just spend endless hours watching other people do stuff or pretending that they're virtually doing stuff. It's so tedious.
Catherine, I just had this realization. You're like a vegetarian with television. You think everyone should see your way, but you're the one who's out of step. I fucking love TV, and me too for that matter. I don't feel guilty about either one. When I get home from school, I just want to sit down, smoke a big doobie, eat a big greasy bacon double cheeseburger, and watch a whole lot of TV. Because that's what I was raised to do. You see, some kids are raised to be farmers, some kids are raised to be in the restaurant business or whatever. I was raised to watch a shitload of TV, and I do it well.
What the hell are you talking about?
See, your parents fucked you up by not letting you watch enough TV, and now, let's face it, Catherine, you're not very good at it. It takes time, an investment of time, like anything else. For instance, if a bunch of kids are in school talking about Lost, you get all pissy because you feel left out. But it's not our fault. We put in those fucking hours in that fucking show, and if you want to be a part of that conversation, then you gotta put in those fucking hours too.
No! I have no desire to do that. I have better things to do with those hours.
Oh, like what?
I don't know. Like read a book. Like have an actual conversation with a real human being.
Oh, and what's your conversation about? Unless it's about Harry Potter, I guarantee it's about a fucking book.
Or learning a skill, okay?
I have a game at home that I've played for over 200 hours.
How do you know that?
Because it tells you how many hours you played at the beginning of the game, and I don't play for more than 200 hours. I am really fucking good at that game because I played it for over 200 hours. See, that is a skill.
What game is it?
Fallout 3.
That's a really good game.
Which game?
Fallout 3.
Oh yeah, that is a really good game. Hey, why don't we play that instead of watching something online? Go get this.
No.
It's in my room.
No, there's nothing worse than having to sit around and watch other people play video games. I hate that.
Just an idea.
Nah, I'm level 35. I have power armor and shit at home. I'm looking to start a new game.
That makes sense.
Matt, listen. What if you had taken that 200 hours and done something else? Learn to speak German or do CPR or play the drums or something.
Catherine, you don't get to tell me how I spent my 200 hours.
Okay, Matt.
What?
Let's watch something online.
Okay,
Yeah, let's watch something really funny.
Oh, I got something real funny.
I've heard about this. I don't really know what it is though.
Oh my god.
Oh, that is disgusting!
Oh, it gets better, it gets better.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh no, this is the best part, this is the best part.
Oh my god! Oh god! Oh my god!
Why did you show us that? What is wrong with you?
Oh come on, it's funny.
No, because you're the one playing the joke. That's like some kind of stupid punk thing to do to humiliate people.
Grow a sense of humor, Catherine.
That isn't funny. Did you ever even think about who those girls are? Like, what happened to them in their lives that they'd even be willing to do that on film?
Okay, I mean, they must be drug addicts, don't you think? I mean, why else would somebody do something like that?
Wow, Catherine, you really know how to kill the fun. I can't wait till you go to Vegan Island where you can just sit around all day in a giant drum circle just talking German and doing CPR on each other. Dead!
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to ruin everyone's fun.
There's a lot worse things online. The shit I have seen, you couldn't even begin to handle.
Like what?
Oh, some real fucked up shit like beheadings, car accident victims. Terrible stuff, man.
I don't think I want to see any of that.
Don't worry, little Hufflepuff pussy. I'm gonna show it to you. I'm gonna show it to anyone. Wouldn't watch him again either. But, can't say I'm sorry I saw him.
Why?
Why? Because I am a man. It's like preparation for whatever life has to throw at me.
What? Life did not throw it at you. You went and looked for it.
Well, then think of it as a vaccination.
Okay. Show me one of the videos you're talking about. Vaccinate me.
Okay.
What about us? Are we supposed to leave the room? I don't feel like I have to prove my manhood.
You can stay or you can go. Whatever.
Matt, what are you gonna show him?
I'm not telling you.
I don't think I want to see this.
I'm not making anybody watch it.
Except Brian, you are making him watch it.
No, he's not.
Matt, I'm scared.
Then don't watch it.
Come on.
What?
Come on.
No one is making you watch it.
Wait. I know one that's worse.
The two worst moments in the history of television, or the times that two motherly daytime talk show hostesses blindsided me with too much reality. And luckily for you guys, I don't have clips of these. First was on Sally Jesse Raphael sometime in the 1990s. And Sally's guest was a woman whose husband had hired a hitman to try to kill her. Now, obviously he had not succeeded in killing her, but he had succeeded in killing somebody else. The husband found out there was a club for murderers, and the requirement for admission was that you had to have a video of yourself killing somebody. So he had taken this naive bartender from the restaurant he owned out to the woods and tied him to a tree. And then he got his girlfriend, who also worked at the restaurant, to shoot the guy in the chest while he videotaped it. So this is what Sally showed us. A snuff film! Plain and simple! And the authenticity of the video was confirmed by the fact that it was very undramatic. The gun made a little quiet popping sound, and the guy didn't scream or cry or anything. He just made a sound kind of like, oh, and slumped over forward. But I actually saw something even worse a little while later on Oprah. Now, Oprah, with the best of intentions, was trying to raise awareness of the barbaric and archaic practice of clitoridectomy in Africa. So Oprah showed us just the face of an adolescent girl who was undergoing the procedure. And the girl was obviously in incredible pain, and she was shrieking the word no, 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 no over and over and over again. And then when they cut back to the studio audience, they were understandably traumatized by this. And one woman stood up and she said, "Oprah, what do you expect us to do with this knowledge?" And of course, Oprah gave them information about worthy organizations to which they could make a donation. But what they could do with the horrific image that was now permanently seared into their brains, this Oprah didn't have any advice about. Now, of course, in both cases, we had been warned that we were going to see something violent and disturbing. And we were given the choice to look or not to look. So would you look or would you not look? Well, most of the time, I'm the kind who looks.
We analyzed the blood from the sheets and determined that it isn't all his.
It isn't all his? But some of it is. Is that what you're saying?
I'm afraid it is. And you have no idea how it got there?
Of course I haven't. What are you insinuating? If I knew anything, I assure you I'd want you to know it as well. Parker was my 4th pregnancy. The first 3 ended in miscarriage. I may have pampered him. All right, I spoiled him rotten. But he's everything to me. I make no secret of the fact that my marriage has been a disappointment. Parker's all I have. Find him. Please. Please.
We'll do our best to bring him back to you.
Stanley, what are you doing out
Of course,
there?
you have to eventually face the possibility.
watch the
I'm not
show.
facing any possibilities until I'm forced to.
Shall I clear the 2 things away now, ma'am?
What are you doing?
Yes, thank you, Viola. We're all through here.
Did you interview the servants?
They knew more than I let on. Worried about keeping their jobs in town.
They told us the father travels a lot, but we already knew that. The guy's more frequent flyer miles than Santa Claus.
Where are we with the blood from the sheet in the kids' room?
We've got a match in the 2nd DNA sample. A minor in West Virginia, shoplifting at Valley Mart, but they've got it cleansed. Name's Shannon Alter. Name she's in the big city.
Alter? Isn't that the name of the single mom who won the entire Mega Ball lottery last summer? I seem to remember seeing her in New York with her teenage daughter.
I'm guessing she's not shopping or shoplifting in value bar anymore.
Yeah, you think $37 million is going to solve every problem you could possibly have, but it just creates a whole bunch of new ones. I sent Shannon to one of the most expensive schools in the country, and one of the best, so everyone says. But she hates it like poison. She doesn't fit in. Do you think I fit in high school? I lived in a trailer and my mama worked at the truck stop.
Is Shannon at school right now?
Maybe. Who knows? She only goes half the time.
I don't
Sound like
understand.
somebody we
What does
know?
any of this have to do with me?
We have evidence that you were in Parker Cranston's bedroom. You see your boyfriend?
Parker Cranston wouldn't be cut dead, baby.
I asked you
You'll be the first
to
one to have a secret girlfriend.
Well, if he had one, it wasn't me. Can I go now? I've got to go to class.
Why stop now?
Wouldn't be caught dead. Interesting choice of words.
Chunks and we'll
Where's the posters of pop stars, the stuffed animals?
Shannon's clearly a very angry young lady.
Well, she grew up without a father.
She may have been working out her father, or she's in some pretty inappropriate ways. Look at this, you guys. Last night was better than I could have dreamed, and I've had some pretty triple X-rated dreams.
How do you know he's a father figure?
It's signed, Daddy Warbucks.
Tell us about Daddy Warbucks, Shannon.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Look, it's only a matter of time before we track him down from his email. So why don't you save us some time? Does it have anything to do with Parker Cranston?
Why do you keep asking me about Parker? Anyone at Forrester can tell you we weren't friends.
Because we know you were in that house. In fact, we can place you in Parker Cranston's bed. So tell us what happened, Shannon. Start with Daddy.
Do I have
He's Parker's dad. But I didn't know that at first when he started emailing me.
Book is by the
I met him in a chat room for older guys who are into young girls. We met a few times near a hotel and checked in together like he was my daddy. It was kind of fun at first, although he could be a demanding daddy sometimes. It was his idea for me to come to the house. I got the idea that he wanted his wife to hear us, to hurt her, you know?
Nice guy.
Not really. He did give me presents sometimes, but my mom gives me whatever I want anyway, so what's the big deal?
So why did you keep meeting him?
I don't know. I like the way he smelled, like somebody's dad.
Where does Parker fit into this family portrait?
He doesn't.
Come on, Shannon, you've come this far. Tell us. What happened in Parker's bedroom?
I was coming out of his father's study. He had a leather sofa in there, and that's where he liked to do it, because it was right under his wife's room. Parker wasn't supposed to be home.
Hey, trailer trash. What are you doing contaminating my house? Now we're gonna have to deal with you.
Funny, your dad doesn't think so.
You sneaky little whore. How dare you come here? Where my mother lives. You'll be sorry you ever set foot in this house.
I'm sorry already. He dragged me into his room. I was yelling pretty loud and swearing a lot, but his dad never even poked his head out of the stove. In Parker's room, he had this big knife, kind of like a sword, about this long.
A machete?
I guess. He held it to my throat while he raped me. I screamed my head off, but no one came. That house is full of servants, but I guess they've heard plenty of weird stuff working there. On the floor of my closet at home, in an old backpack, I've still got the clothes I was wearing.
Do not answer that phone. It is not going to be for you. It's going to be for me, and I don't want to talk to anyone right now. So please sit down. Sit down. Sit.
He was done. He kind of lost control for a second. You know what guys do. And I was able to get the sword away from him.
What did you do with it, Shannon?
I made sure he'll never rape anybody again.
Hey, aren't you gonna answer the phone? It's Julie calling.
I will call her back when the show is over. Isn't that why we have an answering machine?
I thought it was so the phone got answered when we weren't here.
He hasn't really disappeared.
That too! Now will you please be quiet?
For his mother's sake?
I don't know where he is, but Trevor Blackstone does. Just ask him. Go ahead, find Parker. But if you bring him back, you better charge him with raping me.
Maybe you'll get back-to-back appointments with the grand jury. They've located Parker Cranston hiding in the Blackstone's country home upstate. They're bringing him in to face a rape charge.
What about the girl?
She's been charged with assault with a deadly weapon and criminal mutilation.
And that's not going to give Parker Cranston back what he lost.
What about what Shannon also lost? They're not as visible, but she has scars too.
She can still have children someday. He can't. She took away his future.
Guess who's back from Chicago and wants to talk to you?
Why is my son being harassed with this ridiculous rape charge? He's the victim here.
From what I understand, there's plenty of guilt to go around.
I don't know what cock and bull story that little tramp told you, but there was no rape. If anything, she was the aggressor.
And how do you know that?
Well,
If Shannon Alter's mother decides to press charges, you could be looking at 5 years for statutory rape yourself.
It's all my fault.
Stop vacuuming!
But I didn't spend it on the right thing. I was like a kid who suddenly gets to eat everything I can. Admit I made some bad choices.
Did any of those choices involve cocaine?
Sure. Washed down with plenty of champagne and top shelf vodka. But I swear that's all over now. Shannon needs me. But now I'm rich enough to check myself into the fanciest rehab on the East Coast. The one where all the movie stars go.
I hope you make it, Gina. For Shannon's sake.
For mine too.
Parker, what do you want to say about what Shannon Alter did? Get away from him, you folks. He's been through enough already. It doesn't mean you making things worse.
If I had to talk about making things worse, all of this is your fault to begin with.
No, it's yours. Where were you when Shannon started searching the internet for the love she never got at home?
Love? Love? I don't want darling. I love her.
Keep telling yourself that.
I will call you back when Lost and Found is over. I have invested 55 minutes of my life in the show. I want to see the last 5 minutes. Is that too much to ask? No, I understand. But you can tell me all that in 5 minutes, just as easily as you can now. I will call you back. Oh, I missed it.
Graves, you've got a call. This is Cranston. Mrs. Cranston.
I wanted to thank you for finding my son.
I'm glad we could do it. I'm only sorry he might be going to prison for a while.
But at least he'll be safe, under the watchful eyes of the police. I'm most grateful.
She's glad that her son will be safe in prison.
You know, given the state of our prison system, I've always thought that the old adage, let the punishment fit the crime, was most fittingly applied to rapists.
Coming up at 11. A new report says some people are actually leaving the hospital sicker than when they went in. Wait till you hear why.
Well, that's a big storm at the end of our way. I'll tell you what you need to know to prepare for it.
Go Miss Tracy's half-price sale this weekend only.
Hey,
Have off.
don't forget to call Julie back.
I won't! Store, half price, this weekend.
At Tracy's. We weren't sure how we were going to
One mess at a time!
Other bills, too. And then we heard about Medisave.
Medisave sounded like a great deal, but I was skeptical. There had to be a catch. But when I talked to the Medisave representative, my fear.
Why June Cleaver wears pearls when she vacuums. In the first season of Leave It to Beaver, June revealed that she grew up without a mother. Her Aunt Martha was the closest thing to a mother that she had. And she also revealed that she had a younger sister when she went to help her younger sister through the birth of her first child. Now, given this information, we can begin to understand why June never takes off those pearls unless she's gardening. Imagine two motherless, brotherless girls growing up in a home without an adult female, never seeing a woman dealing with the day-to-day challenges of adulthood that, by the time of the girl's adolescence, would have inevitably robbed the mother of some of her glamour. Instead, June must have felt a responsibility to embody a kind of idealized and immature femininity for her adoring younger sister. Then in adulthood, she finds herself the only female member of her family, and the world of the males around her is incomprehensible to her. Monster movies, comic books, watching workmen tar the schoolyard, Ward's fond memories of shooting rats in a junkyard with a .22. And these things don't make any sense to June. Alone in her kitchen, she longs for companionship, but she has to settle for flirting with Ward whenever he happens to pass through. In one episode, the boys' fish tank breaks, and the stranded fish ends up in June's kitchen, and she's actually sad when they get a new aquarium because she liked the fish's company. June seems to get her ideas of what a housewife is from women's magazines. In one episode, she makes decorated gingerbread men, even though it's not even a holiday. And she offers one to Beaver, and when he rejects it, she bites the cookie's head off. June's hyperfemininity and obsession with cleanliness are not presented by the show as the norm, but as something unusual that people occasionally remark upon. A couple of boys tell Beaver that his mother looks almost like a movie star, and another boy quotes his own mother as saying June must spend all her time at the beauty parlor. Now, Ward, on the other hand, Ward had an adult role model in his home, one that he has consciously chosen not to emulate. Ward often remarks to June, though never to the boys, that his father used to whale the tar out of him, or that he and his brothers would have gotten it with the strap. Ward's legendary patience is actually a hard-won rebellion against the image of masculinity that he grew up with. June sometimes warns Ward to keep his temper, presumably because she's seen it in action in the past. Now, it has always bugged me when people use Leave It to Beaverland to denigrate the blandness of the suburbs or the unreality of family sitcoms. The really bland sitcoms of the 50s and 60s, like Ozzie and Harriet and Father Knows Best, those are largely lost to our cultural memory. People remember Leave It to Beaver, I believe, precisely because it offered little glimpses of a darker reality just below the surface.
First time I saw Amber, she was standing at the edge of a Waffle House parking lot. There were all kinds of folks walking around, coming and going. She was all alone and completely still. Why, I wondered. She was so beautiful, so all alone. Something inside me snapped. I heard it, I swear. Something broke open and I knew. She was a one. Something inside gave me the word and I listened. She was a one. Hey girl! Name's Frank. I'm new in town. Not sure how long for. Now it depends on you. And what's your name? I said mine.
I just got off work. Finished a cigarette and waiting for my ride home. I was looking up at those endless stars, trying not to think about a burn blister on my right thumb. I was used to boys hollering at me, so I didn't even look his way. I don't see how that's any of your business.
Oh, I think it is. I think fate has arranged for us to meet right here, right now. I think that we're destined not simply to fall in love, which can happen to the ordinariest of folks, but for us to pursue the adventure of our lives together. This woman right here is the beginning of a journey of infinite importance. For me, and for you.
It's Amber.
You ought to change your name to Beautiful.
Natural born killers.
See, I told you. Fated to meet.
Frank had set up some Netflix accounts with stolen credit cards and had the movies delivered to a mailbox at an abandoned house in the country. So his car was just littered with those DVDs in the bright red envelopes. We went to Blockbuster, picked up a few more movies, and then I boosted us some beers and chips and snack cakes at the Fast Gas. We went back to my place and settled in. And showed our favorites to each other. This was a moment of great intimacy between us because I'd never shown mine to anyone before. And neither had he. Or so we claimed.
I'll show you mine if you show me yours.
We both seen NBK, of course, many, many times, and True Romance, Wild at Heart. But I showed him Love in a 45. And Gun Crazy, the one with Drew Barrymore. And he showed me the great old ones, like Bonnie and Clyde, and Badlands, and best of all, Gun Crazy with Annie Laurie Starr. Oh, I love her. I never did go back to that Waffle House.
What do you think you're not doing now, Mike? Well, I don't know. I just think I'd kind of like to settle down. Maybe get a job with Remington or one of those outfits.
Honey,
hey, there's been a carnival.
you're prettier than any of these girls, any of these movies.
I'm not prettier than Faye Dunaway.
To me, you are.
You're the sweetest little liar. Where's your gun, baby? I want to see it.
It's in my pants.
No, the other one.
It's in my coat.
Go get it, please.
Our great star act. Ladies and gentlemen, the owner and manager of
carnival, it is I myself who present to you the famous, the vigorous, the beautiful Miss Stanley Laurie Starr.
Here it is, little lady.
Direct from London, England, and the capital of the continent. Sure, whose remarkable
Oh, wait! I love this part. Ladies and gentlemen, so appealing, so dangerous, so lovely to look at, the darling of London, England, Miss Annie Laurie Starr.
But Amber, do it again, but face this way around.
So appealing,
So dangerous, so lovely to look at, the darling of London, England, Miss Annie Laurie Starr. I want to know you, Frank. I want to know all about you. What were you like in high school?
I didn't go to high school much. That I can recall. Never graduated anyhow. Always planned on becoming a criminal. And there's no educational requirement for that job. Went to a juvenile correctional facility, so-called. Guess you can count that as my vocational training.
I graduated high school. I went to graduation and everything. And while I was still in my cap and gown, 3 boys drugged me out to the parking lot and made me suck them off behind a pickup truck. But there's an educational requirement for that job, but you don't get it in high school.
Oh, if those boys were here right now,
What did you do, baby?
they wouldn't have nothing to suck off.
I love you, sugar.
I love you too, Peanut. No one's gonna treat you that way again.
Frank, everyone has always treated me like I was just useless trash. But you don't think I'm useless trash, do you, Frank?
I think you're perfect. You're the one I've always been looking for.
And you're the man I've always been looking for. I just didn't know it. Though I had a clue you existed thanks to Howard and Clarence and Mickey Knox.
It's just after I see a movie, I like to go get a piece of pie and talk about it. It's sort of a little tradition I have. Do you like to get pie after you see a good movie?
Yeah, I love to get pie after a movie.
Would you like to go get some pie with me?
I love pie.
Look, I ain't a rich man. You can have a rich man if you try.
I don't want no rich man.
Do it in a minute's peace.
You promise?
Pass behind us, Mal. It's time to grow up. We've got the road to hell in front of us. Wolf don't know why he's a wolf. The deer don't know why he's a deer. God just made it that way.
How sexy am I now? Huh? Flirty boy? How sexy am I now? He wasn't my daddy. He just made me call him that.
My daddy was a son of a bitch.
How many boyfriends did that bitch have when I was little? How many were my boyfriends too?
How many belts did that fucker wear out of my ass?
How many pills did my mama pop every day and night?
How many shots did my mama take? From a shot glass? From a fist?
How many nights did she pass out face down on that ugly flowered couch? How many times did she curse the day of my birth? How many years did I plot my escape? How many years? How many years?
But now I have you.
Now I have you.
Got a gun here, sir. Always a good idea to have one around. Hey, wait a minute. Pull that shot shoot. How'd that be? Huh? Hey, what you doing?
He's dead! He's dead!
You can't be getting mixed up with me.
I already am mixed up with you.
You stick around with me, you'll never be in anything but trouble.
No matter what happens, I'm sticking with you. Don't think you're ever gonna check me so easy. I'd go the far end of the world for you, baby. You know I would.
Rockin' good news.
Exxon, Opal, Chevron, Shell, Motel 6, Super 8.
Amber Motel. The Starlight Motel.
The Beach Street Motel. Sleep Tight Motel.
Days Inn.
Good night, life.
Red Top Cabins. Green Door Cottages.
The road, the road, the road.
5-star coffee shop. 5-star diner.
Armed robbery, felonious assault.
Pear Tree Coffee Shop. Walnut Tree Diner.
Family style restaurant. All you need, buffet.
Breaking and entering.
The road, the road, the road, the road.
The road, the road, the road, the road. How long before we get to goddamn Mexico?
Pretty soon we'll be drinking margaritas by the sea, mamacita.
I always wanted to see what TV in other countries looks like.
Now, lease Grand Cherokee for $2.59 a month for well-qualified returning twice or less years, or get 0% long-term financing. I live, I ride, I am Jeep.
Police are still.
Oh my God! Frank, it's us!
Baby, baby, baby! You know what this means? This means we're real. It means that we exist. It means that people who we never met before, people we don't even know that we're real. Wow! I just got chills.
I know, me too. Of course, this means I don't know what we look like now.
Half a dozen convenience store robberies and burglaries.
We're in now, baby. No doubt about it.
I don't care. But you know, before I met you, I just stumbled through the world like some horror movie zombie. But now, I am alive.
Before I met you, I was a selfish bastard. All I cared about myself. But now I belong to somebody. That somebody's you.
We're a gang with only 2 members.
A team with only 2 players. Pulling over, baby. Time to make a living. All right, everybody get down.
Step away from the alarm, bitch.
Take it down.
Put the money in the bag and the money underneath that. You think I'm stupid?
Hey, baby.
Yeah, that's it.
Give me some
Hurry
drink.
up. What? Frank, look out! What are you looking at? Mind your own business. Give me the bag. Let's go. Let's go. Gladys Bean, time to go home now.
Motherfucker.
I know. We got the money, though. We just gotta get away first.
Stay off the main roads, all right?
I know.
Oh, baby. I miss our DVDs. Miss the motels and the coffee shops.
Yeah, me too, but our DVDs, they're inside us now. We'll always have them. They are us. Wherever we go, whatever happens, Mickey, when I look up at the stars, I know you're looking up at the same ones.
Same ones, baby.
You make every day feel like kindergarten.
All right.
You know, I think we should get a whole bunch of stuff because I need a whole new wardrobe. Because I'm a new woman now.
All right.
I'm a new woman.
A new woman.
Side to the open road. An old man with a shopping cart full of a lifetime's worth of crap.
Billboards for gentlemen clubs and Indian casinos.
Meth makeover. Don't do meth.
Whole family dressed in yellow, sitting on boxes by the side of the road.
Whole family is squashed raccoons.
World's largest cross. Mexico can't be too far now, baby. You speak Spanish?
Nope. How about you?
Nope.
Damn.
FSHSanAntonio.com. Best place to grab breakfast in the entire world.
Baby, we should get married.
Oh, we don't have to do that.
That's why we should do it. Come on, pull over. I, Frank Carrollton, do solemnly swear with every atom of my soul, with every fiber of my being, promise to love you and to keep you. Whatever that means when your honeymoon cottage is a broken down piece of shit car. And just love you with every ounce of me for whatever's left of my misspent life.
I, Amber Johnson, do faithfully swear that I will, in every way that I can think of, be the woman you need me to be, and do everything that is within my power to make you the happiest man on the entire planet for the remainder of our doomed young lives, however brief.
Oh, baby, I love you.
I love you.
I wish I had something to give you.
You've already given me the two most important things ever. A purpose and a gun. How do you think they'll get us, Frank? Do you think high-speed chase or ambush, checkpoint?
Doesn't matter, all right? As long as we stick together, everything's gonna be all right. I don't wanna go down without a girl scream out my name.
I'd never let that happen. Whatever happens, we'll face it together.
Oh, you're a little soldier, honey. Your toenails right up to your head.
Think anyone will bring a mess of flowers to our funeral?
Sure hope so. Time to PG.
Time to face the music, I guess. Whatever happens, I do it again, darling. All over again. Glad.
You gotta die. Die good.
Kill you, I'll kill you, I'll kill you.
We never really had a chance, did we? Not from the first day.
Which day?
All of them.
Raising odds.
so much for coming. I know some of you made a great effort to get here to Silent Barn tonight, but we really appreciate you coming out. And usually I make a little speech here about how theater is not television. Theater is not a DVD that you can just watch whenever you have the chance. You have to experience theater while it exists. And to tell people to come see it, but it's over. You saw the last one. So, you just made it. So thank you everybody for coming. Hit it, Annalisa.